Over 8 billion cans of Spam have been sold worldwide since it was first made. That's 3 cans every second. But how is Spam made, and why is it so loved around the world? Let's face it, Spam is weird stuff. It might look like a block of mystery meat and taste suspiciously delicious. But it turns out there's a lot that goes into each and every can of Spam. Here's how Spam is really made. When you look at Spam, it is hard to put into a simple category. It's an unusual mix of different tastes. Its history goes back to the late 1920s when J. Hormel took over his father's meat company, Hormel Foods. He got the idea after seeing large pieces of canned meat in delis and decided to make it smaller and easier for people to buy and use. J. Hormel realized he could skip the middle step and sell smaller canned meats directly to people who could cut it themselves. The idea for Spam was born, but it took a few years to get it just right. Spam finally came out in 1937. Early on, Hormel decided Spam would mainly use pork shoulder, a part of the pig that was not often used because it was hard to prepare. Made in Minnesota by Hormel Foods, Spam came about at an important time for storing food. After World War I and the Great Depression, there was a need for cheap, long-lasting sources of protein. New technology like refrigeration and conveyor belts helped make large amounts of meat and other foods that could last longer. During World War II, Spam became an important part of soldiers' meals, with over 150 million pounds sent to troops. Soldiers even found creative ways to use Spam grease, such as oiling their guns and making their boots waterproof. Spam was introduced to many parts of the world through the military, including places like Hawaii, Guam, and South Korea. The process of making Spam starts with fresh pork shoulders and ham being delivered to the factory. Machines separate the meat from the bone. Then, the pork and ham are cut into equal-sized pieces before being ground up into large batches, each weighing about 8,000 pounds. After grinding, the mixture is cooled to just above freezing to keep it safe and consistent. It is then moved to sealed mixers, where all the air is removed to make it last longer. This air-free environment stops the meat from spoiling or losing moisture during the process. Spam production is mostly done by machines at 2 main locations in North America: Austin, Minnesota, and Dubuque, Iowa. Only 13 workers are needed to run the process, which includes grinding pork shoulder and ham into 8,000-pound batches. The mixture is quickly cooled and mixed with salt, sugar, sodium nitrite, and other ingredients to make sure each batch has the same texture and taste. The name Spam was chosen through a naming contest held by Hormel, and the winner received $100. Many people believe Spam is a mix of the words spiced ham, but the exact meaning has been kept a company secret. Spam is often thought of as a strange mystery meat, but it actually contains only 6 ingredients: pork with ham, salt, water, potato starch, sugar, and sodium nitrite. That's it. You might wonder why some of these ingredients are used. Sodium nitrite helps stop bacteria from growing, which can cause food poisoning. It also gives Spam its pink color due to a reaction between the nitrite and the protein in the meat. After the meat is cut from the bone and ground into 8,000-pound batches, a metal detector checks for any unwanted materials. The mixture is then moved to vacuum mixers, which supercool the batch to freezing temperatures. The vacuum and cold help retain moisture during cooking. Once all the ingredients are thoroughly mixed, the Spam is funneled into cans, which are vacuum sealed to remove air. The sealed cans are then cooked in a large machine that can process up to 66,000 cans at once. This cooking step ensures the Spam is free from harmful bacteria and can be safely stored for years. After cooking, the cans are cooled, labeled, and prepared for shipping. How long does Spam last? Hormel says that if stored properly, a can of Spam can last indefinitely, though it typically starts to lose quality about 5 years after its best-by date. Once Spam is canned, it's actually cooked inside the can. The cans are sent to a large hydrostatic cooker, which can cook and sterilize up to 33,000 cans every hour. After being cooled and washed, the cans are ready to be shipped. Hormel estimates they sell 3 cans every second, with over 8 billion cans sold since Spam was first introduced. For many years, Spam was made in 2 locations, Fremont, Nebraska, and Austin, Minnesota. However, in 2018, Hormel sold the Nebraska plant to Holstone Farms, LLC, although the plant continued to supply Hormel with Spam for a few years after the sale. Spam's global reach goes beyond America. It's very popular in places like Hawaii and Guam, where Allied troops introduced it during World War II. Both Hawaii and Guam compete to be the biggest Spam fans in the world. In Guam, the average person eats 16 cans of Spam per year. That's a lot of Spam. Just 2,666 cans are needed to make up 1 ton. Spam is so popular in Hawaii that there's a yearly event called the Waikiki Spam Jam, which celebrates Spam with fun dishes and live performances. In South Korea, Spam became a special and high-end food, often included in gift sets for the Lunar New Year. People in South Korea see it as a fancy gift, showing respect and care. American soldiers brought Spam with them to South Korea during the Korean War, and it is still a popular and valued food today. Spam's variety and cultural importance are impressive. In Hawaii alone, people eat around 7 million cans of Spam each year, and Spam musubi, a dish made with rice, seaweed, and Spam, is a local favorite. The Spam Jam Festival, held every year in Waikiki, celebrates Spam's key role in Hawaiian food culture. What about Spam's effect on health? It's well known that Spam is high in fat and salt. One 12-ounce can contains 16 grams of fat per serving and 33% of your daily salt intake. While Hormel does offer low-fat and low-sodium versions, experts suggest eating it in moderation. Some studies have found a possible link between processed meats like Spam and cancer risks, especially because of sodium nitrites, but the FDA considers it safe to eat. Spam's long-lasting success can be credited to Hormel's skill in marketing and adapting to change. Even in a world moving towards organic and plant-based diets, Spam stays popular because it's affordable, easy to use in different ways, and brings back memories for many people. The company has kept its loyal customers while introducing new flavors like teriyaki and jalapeno to attract modern tastes. Spam has kept its iconic status even during global crises like the pandemic, when Hormel made sure there was enough supply to meet customer demand. Whether it's used for a quick meal or stored in an emergency kit, Spam's ability to stay popular in both the market and global cuisines shows no signs of slowing down. Simply put, Hormel's handling of Spam is a lesson in smart branding and flexibility. With more than 80 years of history, from its importance during wartime to its place in kitchens around the world today, Spam continues to be a well-known and trusted product. The Spam Museum in Austin, Minnesota is a fun place for fans to visit. It explores Spam's history, how it's made, and its impact around the world. The museum also has hands-on displays, making it a unique tourist spot. Have you ever tried Spam? How do you like to eat it? Let us know in the comments. If you liked this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell to stay updated on more stories like this.